Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and somebody sent me this logo and asked for some help, and I did it, basically did it for him, and it's going to take too long to make a video, and then he just said, well, if you could just hit the highlights, how you did it. So I'm just going to do the highlights. It still might take a couple of videos, but I'm going to use the polygon tool, and I have a three-sided polygon. Basically hold down the control button and make a triangle. I still need to set that on red. To set my color on red, I need to go to that pen tool and go to red so I can see it and you can see it. And then I need to save it to default. So it'll be that all the time. So I've got a triangle and we're going to put it at the top, and you see it's almost perfect. So I'm going to expand it out just a little bit. And for the video, I'm just going to kind of be real quick. I've got my nudge factor set pretty low. And I'm just going to nudge that over. Now, I'm going to take the contour tool and I'm going to go up to effects and contour to the inside a half of an inch. The last video I did, I had 5, so I just want 1. And that's too much. So let's go 0.3. And that's pretty close. So for the video, that's good enough. Then I'm just going to take a rectangle. And if you notice we did 0.3, so I'm going to use a rectangle of 0.3. So I'm going to go right here and go 0.3, and that's the same thickness. I can make it longer. And then I can move this to the center. And that is a little bit too thick. So when you're doing it for real, and I'm not saying you'll ever do this particular one, but you know what I mean. And then draw a circle, holding down the control button to get a perfect circle. Let's bring it in the picture. We're a little bit big. So let's grab it from one of the corners, holding down the shape tool or the shift tool, so it'll grow symmetrically from the center. Then I'm going to control D and make a duplicate, and still holding down the shift key and just kind of eyeball it. Now what's so good about this picture is not traced or anything, so it'll move out of the way. We need to set our nudge factor on, like, let's see how big this is. Ooh, 13 inches. So 15 inches, and nudge this out of the way. Now, if I would have started in the center of the page, which I think I did, this would be even easier because everything would be perfect. And I think we're pretty good. We're a little bit long on the, we're not in the center of the, let's try the rectangle in the center of the page. I'll tell you what, let's do everything in the center of the page. Hit P. It'll throw off our circle, but now we know we're in the center of the page. Now we can grab our circles. And if you notice what I did, I went off the page because now I'm only touching the circle and nothing else. I'm going to start moving and hold down the control button so it's perfect. And I just want it hanging over just a little bit equally. Our rectangle is a little bit long, so I'm just going to shorten it up, holding down the control button so it won't interfere. Now, there's a lot of ways you could weld this, but it's a lot easier just to take the virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. And you'll see in just a second. And you could really, if we looked at the logo closer, I'm having trouble deleting that. Well, one thing I forgot to do is break the contour apart when I contoured it. So whenever you have any trouble cutting something or moving something, it's because the blend or you contoured or something is not allowing it to. So sometimes don't think you're doing anything wrong. Just Corel just won't let you do it. And that looks funny right there. Can't have that. I must delete the other part. Sometimes it looks funny when you're doing something. And then take your Smart Fill tool and fill that in. There's that, I'm not going to say the hardest part of the logo, but the biggest part of the logo. So I'm going to make these short hopefully. So stay tuned for the second one, and I'll just hit the highlights. Hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.